Hello, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Everything Wrong with Zero's Tier List Part 2. Now, before we get into this list, I do want to remind everybody what this series is exactly about. This is not a series that is based upon disproving or saying, oh, his tier placements are wrong. I really don't care at the moment. And the other thing, too, is the game's not out. He has his own reasonings for placing these characters there. And personally, I think it's kind of pointless to make a tier list this early just because we have literally no idea what the meta is like. So many people have been able to point out, people actually haven't even been able to fully take advantage of the new mechanics yet. You know, once that happens, everybody's thoughts on everything could change. Also, more information is coming out about from these characters every single day. And, you know, from that, we'll be able to make a more educated decision or guess on that as the years go by. But the main purpose of this entire series is to make sure you guys know that not everything that he's saying is entirely true, what he was saying about characters. You know, lastly, in part 1 and the update to that, we talked about some of the things they said about King DDD, was pretty misleading. Some things about Samus, Bowser Jr., some completely misleading things there. I believe Pac-Man as well. So I wanted to make sure I touched upon those and got, you know, the honest thoughts and opinions of people that play these characters and their thoughts about the changes made to them, whether it is significant or not, or how they'll feel in Ultimate. Now, so we got through tiers 5 and 4 and also the ones that he said that he couldn't really talk much about. So let's get to his video now. So today, fortunately, I did want to get to part of tier 2, but we're going to be only getting through tier 3 today. I have to leave for a flight in about 5 hours, so it's going to be basically got to leave here at 4 a.m. Not going to be fun, but it's all for Thanksgiving, so at least that part will be wonderful. But yeah, all right, let's get into tier number 3 and let's start.
We have Mega Man that I feel got improved in some ways in his normal game. Like some of his moves feel a little better, like tiny bit better, especially like in the air. But they nerf his footstool combos, which I think is the main thing that carry him in Smash 4 top level play, and I feel like that's gonna make him worse overall. Wario.
Okay, so some things to say about Mega Man. I'm lucky enough to have a lot of Mega Man players within my area. So there are a couple things to talk about with this character in particular. So one of the biggest things is, yes, the footstools got completely nerfed. If you guys don't know about how footstool combos work in this game, you can now tech a footstool, and you can choose which direction you get up in, if you standard get up or get up attack. Even after you jab block, those are all now gone. So ideally, you're not going to really want to be going for that option anymore. So Mega Man completely lost that part of his combo game. And that honestly was a pretty big hit. Although it was niche, like you could get it on, there were some pretty reliable setups into it. But as the metagame progressed, people got really good about avoiding them. So I honestly don't think it's that instrumental to his gameplay. But no, without a doubt, some of his bad matchups, it would just like make it so much easier for him. One of the main ones being Sheik. You know, you could get her, you could get the footstool started like around 40%, and then you'd just be able to like kill her like instantly. It was actually kind of insane how powerful his footstool game was, just because, you know, he could do the jab block with the pellets, and then he had the up tilt, and then the metal blade to like keep resetting. The only danger was you didn't know when the metal blade would disappear, so once it disappeared, that's when you for sure had to make sure you stopped your footstool setup. But overall, he did get it's a mix of both. So he lost the footstools, but some of the things that he gained was much longer range with the pellets. It goes about like half of FD now. And then forward air is now a kill move. That's actually really significant. Because, you know, before, if you used his forward air back in Smash 4, it basically sent you nowhere, wasn't safe on shield. If you would hit somebody at low percents, they could just hit you back out of your grab combos. So really bad move to use, but now I believe the frame data is similar. If not, it might be a little bit faster, but most likely the same. But now, like, it kills. Like, you can kill off the ledge, like, at 120, 130, at least when I was playing, that's what I was doing. So it's actually a very potent kill move now, and that was, like, a good disjointed quick move that he had, and now that it has that property, that's actually going to help him allow quite a bit in the edge guarding scenario. So definitely look for that to come into play a lot more. The Leaf Shield actually got nerfed pretty significantly. Now when you summon it, he does that exactly. So you have Leaf Shield out for a set amount of time, and then he'll automatically throw it. You don't get to control when you throw it anymore, which is really, really, really bad. Basically, it prevents all your mix-ups, and it, like, you know, I think you can still grab when you have Leaf Shield, but if you aren't able to, then, you know, that sucks even more. So yeah, overall, like, Leaf Shield kind of lost its utility, which was pretty big. So overall, at least he didn't really provide any misinformation there. He just kind of gave his thoughts of how he played out. So overall, that segment, not too bad.
Is the main thing that carried him in Smash 4.
But I would say that the footstools weren't the main thing that carried him, but it was an important thing to his gameplay. I would say probably more for certain of the top tier matchups. That was kind of something that was really really big for him, but it wasn't necessarily that. Like towards the end, the main things that you were seeing was like either edge guards, which most top tiers you weren't really getting things like that, or like metal blade to back air setups. Just the back air setups were always just kind of the biggest thing with him as the metagame progressed.
Level play, and I feel like that's gonna make him worse overall. Wario, Ally played Ultimate recently, and he put it on Twitter, and he felt Wario was terrible. So I think, based on his words, he'll probably put him lower. But he just felt like I feel like they nerfed him from from Brawl to Smash 4, and from this transition, I feel like they nerfed him again.
Okay, so some things to talk about Wario. We do have a Wario player in my area, so I did get some feedback, at least from him, to see how people felt about it. And if you know him, his name's Gum. And what he's saying is that overall, a lot of the Warriors are actually feeling pretty good about the changes. I believe up air is now able to link into itself better, from what I remember hearing. Forward tilt kind of lost any utility that it used to have before. It's now just a quick slap. But I did, if I remember correctly, it was either that move gained a chance of tripping, or it sends at a very horizontal angle, which allows it to get some pretty good tech chase follow-ups off of it. Something that was really important, though, is his dash attack now has super armor on it, and it is a kill move as well. Yep, it's the shoulder bash again, so that's always good to see. And as you saw right there, very, very low angle is what that sounded. And I believe his dash attack, yeah, so like his dash attack I know no longer trips, so I think it was changed to forward tilt. I forget if down tilt jab blocks, though. I can't exactly remember. But the big nerf to this character was the bike. You now have to wait 5 seconds after you use it, and if it disappears before you could summon it again. So that's huge. So you have to be more conscious about how you use that bike, and in order to save it for your recovery and whatnot. But I do believe bike also did get stronger too. Like the hitbox now does more damage. Might be able to kill a little bit earlier. Another significant thing that happened with him was that it was his forward air. His forward air, I think, sends you into tumble a lot quicker, and you're able to jab block with it, I think. Or if not, maybe I'm mixing it up with Pac-Man, because I know Pac-Man got that. There was something really good that happened to Wario's forward air, though, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I know his back air, he now retracts quicker than he used to. And then, this is big. So whenever he does a bite, he actually gains 1% back every single time. So on average, on most players, you'll be able to get 5 bites at them. So if he gets a command grab on you, he's restoring 5% basically. If you're really good at mashing, though, he'll only get like 2%. But that's still really good considering how often he uses that. Like ideally, I wouldn't be surprised if like per set, you'd probably be able to gain like at a minimum, probably, I wouldn't be surprised if you could get like 10% back or maybe even more than that. And the other thing too is every single bite that you do also charges up waft as well. So that's a good change to his gameplay. And then I don't think we know anything much about... one thing that's really cool is waft you can now angle, so you can choose which direction you go in. So that actually might open up some more setups for him as well. So overall, the bike change was a huge nerf, but he got a mix of some pretty good buffs as well.
That's what it feels like. I feel like this character needs to have a game where he can air dodge freely, and if you take away air dodge, he becomes worse because he can't really drift in the air unless you give him broken aerials, and they didn't, so not good for him. Look at...
Yeah, I think with this game being a lot more aggressive, if his aerials are safe on shield, then he might be able to do some good weaving, and that way, like, actually start some of the aggression. Of course, he'll be outranged by most characters, but there might be some really interesting workarounds that he could have. Maybe he might be able to utilize just, like, Smash 4 style air dodging still, so, like, jump, neutral air dodge, then you land on the ground with no lag, and then he's able to do whatever he wants, so, Or he could actually just run and shoulder bash if he sees you in the air. Like, he might be able to just shoulder bash through, like, a Marth Faring or something like that. So, he actually might be really good against getting in against walls. So, that's something we'll just have to see.
Apparently they nerf a bunch of things. But the main thing they nerf is down throw does no longer combo or work the same way. And that was, like, half the character's gameplay. I heard from some people that they might have nerfed PK Fire, although I don't really have a true confirmation. But honestly, dude, just from the fact that they took away down throw is enough for me to put him from like high tier in Smash 4 down to like mid tier in the middle. Yeah,
so basically those two things that he said is what I've heard is true so far. Basically, PK Fire has more end lag to it, not by much, but any end lag to that main neutral tool not good, but then it's also going to force him to use different options, which is a plus. And then his down throw literally has no combos anymore. I don't think it kills like it does in Brawl, but you know all of his other throws kill, so that doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, no, I mean that's pretty unfortunate for him. He did get some buffs in his normals. Like I know Nair is larger than it used to be before, and now with it being hard to, it's basically impossible to follow out of multi hits from notice with basically every character. I can't imagine Lucas is any different. So that speaks good for his Nair. A rumor that I've heard, but I haven't really watched many Lucas videos yet or read up on more things. But I think if one of you guys can confirm with me in the comments, I did hear that his up air did get buffed to how good Ness's was in Smash 4. But honestly, that could just be the new landing lag changes that make it just as good. The hitbox may not have changed, but if it did, you know, more power to him because he kind of needed something to compensate with what he lost with his grab game overall. But yeah, overall, at least those facts are solid.
This is a tier based on that. It's a big deal. Other than that, it's roughly very similar. Apparently, they messed with Zerd too. They nerfed with a few other moves, but the nerf of down throw is a huge deal because that was, like I said, a big part of Lucas' gameplay. Falco seems slightly better because they improved down air, but it feels like the same character. Ally also said he felt really whack. I mean, it's Falco. He has no. They mess with his throw combos and not nearly as good. He gets edge guarded, bad recovery, gets combo, tall. This is not good.
Yeah.
His moves have lag. Like his forward has lag, even though everyone has like no lag.
Okay, yeah, that's completely false. So this character has like no lag at all. Fair is completely safe on shield. Like that is the most ignorant statement I've ever heard. So you can literally just jump fair somebody and then fast fall it. It doesn't matter how you space it. You should be able to punish them. And the other thing too that's kind of amazing is from what I remember, parrying is based off the knockback that it does or the damage. It's like one or the other. And because of that, the multi hits, even if you try to parry it, you're not going to do too much. And not only that, he can mix it up with the landing hit, so he can actually change up the timing for it. So it's like, oh, am I aiming it for the final hit? Am I aiming it for the landing hitbox? Or is it going to be the final hit to the landing hitbox? So, you know, with all those different things, it's actually, you can actually mix up pretty well with that. Back air got nerfed significantly. It's frame 8 now, so literally double the amount of time it took, and it's weaker. I think he lost his combos off of down throw. He might be able to get something still, but like not nearly as good as before. But even though his down throw wasn't really that good either, you can still use up air to combo into certain things. But yeah, overall he plays more like his Smash 4 counterpart, and unfortunately he didn't really gain anything in neutral, or like his moves didn't get buffed in a way that was really significant for his gameplay. I mean, the good thing is down air was buffed, so you can basically do down air combos into an aerial. So he should probably be able to do down air, or down air, back air. To kill, or down, or even up air. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the more common option. But yeah, other than that, I mean, at least you won't fall out of jab now, but he's looking pretty rough. Like he's basically the same thing that you saw at Smash 4. But, you know, if people are able to utilize the less lag on the lasers, I don't think it's going to be usable, but it's not going to be anything like, you know, game changing is the way that I see his laser buffs. Maybe I'm proven wrong. But yeah, overall, like, yeah, he didn't feel nearly as good as the other characters that I played as in terms of how buffs went. But yeah, overall, what he said, pretty accurate.
Very, like, okay-ish, but at best. Incineroar, really slow.
But yeah, it was just the landing lag thing. That landing lag thing was completely false. So,
Really
good for you guys to know that.
Frame that up with, like, really bad run speed, really bad aerial drift, and terrible recovery. Overall, bad for singles. That just makes him bad in singles, period. I think in doubles he might have opportunity to be good if he uses revenge to store up value from your partner and then use it. Jigglypuff gets out.
Okay, so some things to say about Incineroar. So he's basically like spot on with most of what he said. Like, you know, very, very slow character, terrible recovery, like god awful recovery, and that is overall going to hurt him pretty significantly. Especially the speed. Like that speed, with every character getting so fast now, it might be kind of hard for him. But the thing is, we haven't really had a character with his style of moveset yet, so it'll be interesting to see what Incineroar players are able to pull out with this character. But yeah, I mean, his frame data isn't bad. Like his neutral B, the Cyclone, that's an extremely good move. It out prioritizes literally everything, and I think it has like armor on like frame It's either frame 1 or frame 3. It's something like that. It's really quick. His aerials are all really good. Like Nair is really quick, forward air is pretty good, back air is really quick and long, up air is extremely strong too. The one great saving grace that he has for his recovery is if you get knocked into the top blast zone, you can up B high. So he'll go up and he'll go down. So that way you get some pretty good horizontal distance. And not only that, you do land a lot quicker. And then you can also jump inside B afterwards too. So that way, you know, you do have an extended range on your recovery in that instance. The main thing is we'll have to see how good his like combo and kill game is. I mean, obviously we've seen how insane revenge is in general. So like maybe he can revenge when he's recovering, and then if he gets back to stage and then he side Bs you, you might maybe if you die at like 80, then yeah, that could actually be pretty nutty. Or maybe if he revenges and then up Bs to stage and you get hit by the blast, you actually might die as early as 100 or something like that off the top. So we'll have to see. It's going to come down to his kill power and how well he can secure the lead early on. Because if he secures the lead and you have to come to him, I think he's going to be a great defensive character actually. Just because he does have like one of the best get off me options. Like it's a neutral beast, so it's like he can use that in the air or on the ground. So that's gonna be really good. If there are vulnerable sides to it, it'll mitigate how good that really is, and also how well he edge guards too. That's gonna be a big thing as well. But I don't think you're gonna really see this character go off stage too much. But yeah, overall, you know what he was saying is pretty accurate to the description of the character. So not really any misinfo there.
Jigglypuff gets out very Kirby syndrome, gets out range, gets out spin. Rest is not what it is in melee, and her moves got completely nerfed from melee. So this character, not bad because edge guarding is a big deal, so she's gonna be good at that. But other than that, this character I feel like has absolutely nothing special. Rest is not like melee where you die at 10. You know, you'll die like at 15 this game, 40. You know, so it's like it's a big deal because she still has to hit you a lot, and then she'll die like a 60 consistently from those things, especially because in singles, every character has a 20% increase in damage, so she is not going to have a good time. Greninja, honestly.
Okay, so he didn't really talk about the moves. He kind of just disregarded everything. So definitely a lot of important things to mention with Jigglypuff in particular is that her aerials actually got kind of buffed quite a lot. She can now land safely on shield, and things are able to link into each other better. Back air got a lot better. It's more like melee, not as broken. The other thing too is now when she back air, she turns around too, so then that way you do back air and then you can forward air afterwards. So you might be able to do back air, forward air, rest. That actually could be a combo. And the other thing too is you can cancel your rest animation. That's something that he did not know about. So the fact that you have that now is like if you have rest confirms and we find good rest confirms for her, then you know she's going to consistently kill you at like 50 or 60%. I think those are the numbers that I was hearing roughly. Or maybe if she has a confirm that starts at like 30, 40, then that's even better. So those are things to really take into consideration. So I don't think too many people really played her by the time he made this video. But yeah, no, her aerials did get a lot better. I'm not sure too much about her specials. I do know rollout got buffed. I believe it's the when you do the uncharged one, you're able to cancel the animation a lot faster, or she goes a lot farther. It was something along the lines of that. And then now when you use rollout, you can now use rollout as a recovery option. You don't really need to, but it's like if you hit somebody in the air, you actually don't get stuck and die. Like you can move afterwards now, which was pretty significant. She never had that before in any other Smash game. So, you know, she actually did get some pretty good changes that do change the way that you could do things with her. How much it affects her, I don't know, but he just kind of glossed over it. And yeah, I think a lot of people may be on the forum. So if you love Jigglypuff in Smash 4, but you know she was garbage in that game. No, she got buffed pretty good. But how good? Don't know myself. But don't take his word and just saying like, oh, you know, she's just bad because she's not melee. No, she actually got changed pretty significantly from Smash 4. So it won't be as good as melee, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what she's got. Don't give up on this character just yet.
You'll die like a 50 in this game, 40. So it's like it's a big deal because she still has to hit you a lot, and then she'll die like a 60 consistently from most things. Especially because in singles, every character has a 20%. She neutral B.
Oh yeah, and the other thing too is like, you know, yeah, edge guarding. Edge guarding is going to be absolutely huge in this game just because recoveries are just so much worse in general. So, you know, you might actually just be able to consistently kill some characters like back throw, bear, fair, nair, and then they're just dead. Like that's something that could realistically happen.
So she is not going to have a good time. Greninja honestly looked almost in a lot of ways they changed his down tilt, but that's about it. Other than that, he looked like run in, throw, neutral B, run in, neutraler, grab here. They nerfed his throw combos as well. They took away his main gimmick, which was the footstool combo, so that's gonna know. So I think Greninja is pretty okay-ish.
So there is some things about that. I mean, although he did have like those really cool footstool combos, I don't really think that was just kind of the main gambit of his game. I think that's what everybody wanted to see out of this character, but generally you weren't really seeing too many Greninjas doing that. It was mostly causing like a lot of really good juggle situations. So you'd start off with Nair, which got a range increase and also like less landing lag on it. So that's pretty important. I don't remember if the startup got decreased. If it did, it wasn't by too much. I remember his moves still weren't particularly quick. And the other thing too is I believe his up air now kills a little bit earlier than it did in Smash 4, but you can still do the drag down combo. So you can still drag down, up tilt, drag down, and all that stuff. So that's all extremely good. So he's still going to have that benefit, and now he has the benefit of the dash cancel as well. Down tilt is functionally still the same as the kick, so you can still do down tilt, up smash. So him saying it's different is just aesthetically. It's not like a reality different. In reality, it's not actually a different move. So definitely something to keep in mind about Greninja. Also, I do believe the water shurikens did get faster too, so that I think is like the FAF frames. I think the FAF frames are now less. So that means, he is going to be able to act a little bit quicker in terms of that. Let's see if he said anything else.
Yeah, in Smash Bros. Considering him like a high tier, but taking away footstool combos affects them. Robin, we could.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of basing it off of the footstool combos, but overall, they kind of helped out his neutral game a little bit more. Probably going to be a little bit better with edge guarding too. The fact that people aren't going to really be able to air dodge through the hydro pump anymore, so you actually got to think about how that's going to mess up characters. He can just run off there too, and probably cause a lot of damage like that too. Also going to be really good at charking, just like he was in Smash 4, and dash canceling. Dash canceling is going to be big for this character. If there are other changes, please let me know in the comments below, because I do want to make sure I'm up to date on all my info on that. And please let me know about the grab combos. I don't remember them being taken away, but if that is true, please do let me know, because from what I remember, they weren't exactly, but I feel like I could probably trust him on that one. But please, if you are a Greninja player, let me know if his throw combos got taken away. I'll make sure I do an update video on this next week.
We can move higher, actually. We can move to good tier. Apparently, they made him faster. They improved his up B. They improved a ton of things. Because in Smash 4, he's kind of, I would say he's kind of mid-tier-ish, maybe low-tier. Like, I could put Robin here. In fact, I'm gonna put him here. Actually, never mind. We're switching the tier list right now. Yeah, I'm gonna put him over here. The reason I think this is because they improved a bunch of things, and from the new videos that I've seen, for example, Ally said he played very fast when he played it. They improved his speed tremendously, which was his main weakness. He lost his throw combos, but he has, like, for example, he's neutraler now, uses the 11 sword. Up B works a little better. Like, things like that help him a little bit. So I think that's pretty helpful.
Yeah, overall, what he said about that was correct. Basically, Robin got faster, and then you can now use 11 sword with neutral air, which is insane. But he did lose like more of his grab combos. Also, Arc Thunder harder to combo off of now too. So yeah, that was actually That's actually pretty spot on with what happened to this character.
Climbers have throw combos. They can down throw upper. They do a ton of damage. They don't have the broken chain grip, but they do a ton of damage, and they feel very, very, like, it compensates by the fact that in singles you do 20% extra damage. So these characters only have to hit you like 4 times to get you to like 100%. So these characters feel like a sleeper pick, I want to say. Luigi.
Okay, yeah, and I mean that's kind of it with the climbers too. They lost their super cheesy grab stuff, but they are still able to down throw up air you and kill you at 120. So that's always going to be really good. The amount of damage that they're going to do when you have both of them there is kind of insane. But the thing is, just Nana is a lot weaker on her own. You can still do the desyncs, but if Popo's in trouble, like Nana just kind of panics, and she can't act out when you're doing the throws too. So it's not you can do like throw to smash attacks or anything like that. Of course, no wobbling. So we'll have to see how much that affects them, and we'll have to see how good they are in neutral, because I feel like that's kind of like their biggest issues. But yeah, no, overall information on that pretty spot on.
They nerf Flag Clone, big deal. But that's a -1 tier. They nerf his grab, now he has a tether, which is lower. He still has like throw combos, not as good, but yeah, that's about it. Basically, you grab Luigi in a game where he can't air dodge, and you nerf his recovery, and I think this character is going to just be decent. I don't think he's going to be like top tier like I think he is in like Smash 4. He was really good in Smash 4. And this game, I'm like, apparently they buff his fire moves, but I mean, every character is faster in the air, especially when landing, from aerials and lag. So I feel like people can just pressure hands for free now. The pits.
Okay, so two major things about that. Yeah. So overall, the negative, pretty spot on with that. His recovery is like shit now. Like he literally can't cyclone. He does not rise with it. It's so bad. So, and I can't confirm this one exactly. Maybe you guys can confirm for me now. But I did hear that also his green missile, like his side B, got a shorter range to it. I really hope it didn't because like that would be one of the most unnecessary changes of all time. But I mean, if it did happen, oh god, this character's just dead if he's off stage. Like if you don't edge guard him, shame on you. But outside of that, no, his throw combos actually did not get weaker. I heard you could still do all the down throw shenanigans that you could do before. Of course, it's not pre-patch Luigi, but post Smash 4, I heard all of his grab combos were actually the same. I don't know if any of his kill potential got nerfed at all, but no, I've heard he's just as insane as he was before. And then he also can't tether recovery as well, which is kind of important. So he has a tether grab, which is definitely worse for him. But the fireballs did get better. Yeah, I think they travel faster and the path is quicker. So it's going to be a much better neutral tool for him. Probably what it was like with pre-patch Luigi back in the day, which is actually extremely good. But one thing that we did learn about Cyclone, this is actually very significant, is that he looks like he has like frame 1 intangibility or like invincibility or like super armor on his down B. So he's literally going to be able to combo break out of anything with Tornado if what we have seen is correct. It was like in a video that was showing up where he's flashing right as he tornadoes. I think somebody has footage of him actually like just breaking, like legit just breaking out of something too, from what I remember seeing. So, yeah, actually that could really affect how Luigi plays out. Because like if he's the only person where you have to respect him in disadvantage, that speaks really good for him. Like that's just gonna be a really weird, unique quirk that only Luigi's gonna have. But it's gonna be kind of a gimmick because Tornado, you don't really travel too far on the ground. So that's not something that you're at least going to have to worry about dealing with, but it's just something you're going to have to keep in mind when comboing Luigi is that, you know, if I'm going to go for something that's usually true on characters, but it's not true on Luigi because of that frame 1 tornado and it might be a reverse KO situation, you know, you're going to have, there's certain combos that just are straight up not going to work on this character. And that is actually a very cool gimmick to have. It's going to be annoying to fight, but it's just something like, they gave him a very weird, interesting buff at the end of the day, so... we'll just have to see how he plays out at the end, though. I think we'll have some Luigi mains to stick with him, but definitely I don't think he'll be as much as a terror as he was in Smash 4. But yeah, I mean, with the information he had at the time, that was pretty spot on with what happened to Luigi.
Honestly, almost carbon copy from Smash 4. Main thing though is that they buff his jab. I want to say he has few slightly better kill options. If I remember correctly, Dash Attack got a big buff, but that's about it though. Like this character still feels like it lacks range. Still feels like it needs some type of like BS to get by, and this character just doesn't have it. So yeah, they remain pretty honestly decent. So basically.
Okay, so just talk about the pits. I did get to play them back during the E3 demos, but I haven't really heard too much about them since then. So the biggest things with them is, of course, they got their landing lag reduction, which is always a big thing. They did get actually some startup increases too, I think, particularly to Fair from what I remember. But the biggest thing is like now their multi-hits are consistent and their moves are kill moves. Like up air kills at like 110, 120 easily now. So that's actually a big change for him. The fact that like you can't kind of brush off and say they didn't get buffed in any single way, because like before it's like they felt decent and they didn't really have anything overwhelming, but now they actually have kill power. Like they can legitimately kill you now. Forward air is a decent kill move. Back air is still a good kill move. Down air just seemed a little bit more useful overall, and you can now use that spike to like start a combo. So maybe you can do down air to up air as a kill confirm too. Might be something good to like pressure your opponent above shield as well. I'm not sure if you can do any nair drag down combos, but with the landing lag reduction, I imagine you could do nair, drag down, grab, down throw. I don't remember if he has his down throw combo still. I think he can still do down throw to up smash. Could be wrong about that. And then yeah, and I mean overall he actually has pretty good range now. Like I remember jab's range being pretty long. Of course you can't fall out of it now. F tilt's still kind of the same. F smash just still kind of the same. I don't remember if there's any type of buff to the power on upper arm dash. I don't think there was. The biggest thing with dash attack now is that dash attack is now legit a kill move. So I don't think before you could do like dash attack to up smash, if I remember correctly, or where was that down throw? forgot if it was down throw or dash. I know down throw you could combo off it, but I forgot if you could combo off a dash attack. But either way, dash attack is just a raw kill move now. I think it has a little bit more startup to compensate for that though. But yeah, no, just overall, Pit and Dark Pit actually have a lot more kill options now, which was kind of something that they were always lacking. Neutral, they were always kind of decent. Like they have pretty good speed, nothing outrageous, and you know they could outrange a lot of the cast, but none of like the main sword users. But yeah, no, I mean overall, I would say in the grand scheme of characters, they're probably more in that decent thing, but their aerials did get significantly buffed in terms of kill power and that dash attack too. So, in a game especially where you're going to be trapping those air dodges a lot, that's kind of nothing to really sneeze at. And with their multiple jumps, edge guarding as well, they could honestly be looking a lot better than what he's giving them credit for. But yeah, overall, I mean, at least with the way that they feel, it's kind of what he was saying. But yeah, no, they were actually buffed a lot more than he was saying. Just because of the rock kill power, that was always something that they just kind of lacked. They're always very, very limited in the ways that they could do it. But yeah, that's gonna cover part 2 of Zero's tier list. Everything that was wrong with it. So overall, you know, pretty spot on with most of his assessments of tier 3. The biggest offender in this case was the Falco one. Like that man does not lag on any of his aerials at all. I don't know what he was smoking or what he heard when that happened. But yeah, no. At least there the information was correct, and I think as we go on to tier 2 and tier 1. I think a lot of the information there is going to be spot on. Because I remember as it went on, the more I was like, yeah, that's what I've experienced and that's what I've heard too. So yeah, it was mostly like I think like the lower tiers were the ones where like the information was really bad. But we'll definitely scrub through all of these so that way you guys can at least have a general understanding of how these characters play, and then like what are the extra things that you need to know about them that have been buffed, what have been nerfed, and some type of gameplay things that you can do. Just something very brief for them. But with that said, yeah, that is going to do it for this part of the analysis of things that are wrong with this tier list. So if you guys like the content, please consider hitting the subscribe button. The likes help too. It makes this channel seem a lot easier. If you want to be updated on the next videos that'll be coming up and when I'm going to be doing streaming, school's going to be coming to an end very, very soon for me. I got 2 weeks left. My school ends literally the second Ultimate drops. Like, oh, so dope. So dope. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming before Ultimate comes out. If I do, I'll let you guys know on Twitter. So definitely give me a follow on there. Also going to probably be creating a Discord soon. Might be, but I don't know. I think I'll probably be during my finals week, so like right before Smash Ultimate comes out. So yeah, if you guys want to join in the discussion, see what any events I'm doing, look forward to that. Hope you're liking everything that I'm talking about with these videos as well. Please in the comments let me know if I need to update, if I do need to update this part, because I do want to make sure all the character information I'm giving out is accurate to what is our current knowledge of these things. That's why I like doing that thing, just because, you know, a lot of people will make something and then they'll just kind of forget about it. But with me, no, I just want to make sure, you know, we're having a discussion. You get to see how the discussion progresses from when I first make it to where we are now. So I just want to make sure everything that we have is relevant, and then you can kind of just see the evolution of this, because this game is going to change significantly once patches come out. Like, there's no way that it's not. It's just something that's going to be happening. So, you know, by me putting out these videos and us talking about these things now, we're actually going to be able to see the evolution of all these different characters and chronological, and put in, like, you know, kind of chronicle how these characters change. And honestly, it's a pretty fascinating journey to look at, especially when you look at like the history of Smash 4 and patches too. So that's something that I definitely want to try and archive here on this channel. And with that said, that is going to do it for me, and take care.